Okay, so this is the scenario. First, I have to show you the scenario. What's his name? I forgot. So they migrated from 2016 to 2019 or something like that. So this is his question. Yeah, they migrated from 2012 to 2022. Due to some AWS limitations, their data is not pumping to S3 bucket. They asked to set up SQL Server 2019, and I restored the 2012 database to 2019. Now the ask is the 15 days data which is there on 2022. They wanted to get that back from 2022 SQL to 2019. So what's the way to get the data? So this is his scenario. It doesn't matter. Just think like we have done a migration and something went wrong and would like to roll back. Simple statement, something like that, right? So what are the rollback options, what we got, and what is the approach that we need to follow? That is my class today. Is that clear? Yes, no,
Yes.
maybe. Okay. Okay. So I will take one couple of tables on one of the databases and I will try to move them and I will show you the scenario. So let's create one dummy database for a moment. Demo migration, that's fine. So I am on 2019 and I am moving to 2022. And because of some XYZ reasons, we have to come back from 2022 to 2019. Okay, so what is the approach that I need to follow? That is the main motto of this session. Okay, so I will create one table and we'll just migrate one table. We'll just start looking at one table first. And if we understand the concepts, then we can think about the stuff later. So I'll just create one table. Just 10. Any questions in the meanwhile? Have you ever performed rollback from higher version to lower version before I create this?
No, usually we create a snapshot or VM snapshots, right? In case of rollback.
Okay. VM
It's like
snapshots. That's fine. For example, how about the data? So I'll show you now. So you'll get to know. Yeah, you can talk in the meanwhile, like what you did in your case, so that it will be useful for others.
Vamsi, while moving the data backward, we use just DTS packages only, export import from higher version to the lower version.
Okay. DTS packages. Okay. So I will throw a few questions. I'll just go with 10 rows first. That's enough. Insert, what is it? Just 10. I should have saved this script. I think that is identity field, right? So at the rate. Just and I will say cast captain. Doesn't require, but still I'm going. Then I'm just writing one small table and we will see what happens. So I'm inserting 10 rows. Did I miss anything? 1, 2, 3. I'm just inserting 10 rows into this table, a brand new database and a brand new table. So let's check the data first. So select start from test 10. So this is my table. So 1, 2, 3 and test 1, 2, 3 up to 10. So this is how it looks. Very simple. So now I got a requirement where I need to move this database from 2019 to 2022. So that is my requirement. So I'm moving this database. Let me take the backup quickly. So backup, database reset, demo migration. To this equal to app. Sorry, app. Demo migration.bak.
Vamsi, can you change the compatibility level to 2019?
I think it will be 2019 because the
Well,
model data. Yeah.
sorry, I mean, when you go to 2022, you have to come back 2019.
Let's see that. Let's see that. You will see that in action. So for the moment, the source is on 2019, right?
Right.
Okay, let's do that. You will come to know this. So this looks very simple, but it will be very interesting. Trust me. So that is done. So I need to move this database. Just think that this is my personal laptop. That doesn't matter, but you have to understand the concepts. So imagine this is real time and I'm moving this database from on-premises to Azure. If I say Azure, it can be VMs or managed instance or Azure SQL, whatever it is. Of course, Azure SQL doesn't support native backups. Leaving out that the other options are Azure VMs and Azure MI, right? So imagine my destination is either 2022 or managed instance. Just think like that. And let me copy this file to here. 2022. The same thing applies for managed instance also, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go to Management Studio and restore that. Simple class, it will not take much time. So maybe 40 minutes max, maybe less than that. Come on. This is a big software, SSMS. So what are the different ways? Someone said import, export, and what else to come back? Any other solutions that you are aware of?
Usually we take the snapshot and so if there is any rollback, we just restore the snapshots.
Okay, VM snapshots. Okay. I have a doubt with VM snapshots, so I will fire that once we are done with this demo. And what else? Any other options?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the requirement? What's the scenario?
But here, Vamshi, we are going for side-by-side migration, right?
Yes, we are doing side-by-side migration and would like to roll back for some reason. So just like what I've shown, I mean, if you're joined.
Why we are going for rollback? We already have the current production and current server, and we are doing a change on the other server, right? So,
see, if you see here, one of my mates got stuck in a situation. So he has migrated from 2012 to 2022. Okay, due to AWS limitations. So he's working on AWS. Over there, some issues with S3 buckets. Okay, some issues, XYZ issues. We are not bothered about issues. So the concern here is they ask you to set up 2019 instead of 2022. Okay, he has done a migration from 2012 to 2022. Okay, because of some reasons, they have to come back from 2022 to 2019. They have done the migration, and this issue, AWS issue, they got it after 15 days. Okay, the data has been migrated onto 2022, and now they have to come back from 2022 to 2022 to 2019. Okay, this is the situation. So it can happen with any case. Like if I take, for example, I moved a database from 2012 to any other higher version, but because the application is not compatible, after the migration they realized. We don't know, right? So like just like this, it might happen. So if that is the case, how will I get the data back from higher version to lower version. That is the scenario.
Okay.
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 So I'm just restoring the database backup what I took from 2019 to 2022. So it's done. So I will just fire the table what I created just to see. So select star from test 10, I believe. Okay, these are my results. Everything is looking fine. So now I got to 2022. Imagine I need to, now this is my database. The online database is this one. So what we will do in real time, we will keep this database in read only for certain time. And once everything is working fine on 2022, we will drop this database or decommission this database. I mean, offline or drop, whatever what you do. So it depends upon the organization. So for the moment, once the cutover is done, the final cutover will keep the database in read-only mode. Okay, let's keep this in read write because we don't have any connections, but I'm just explaining you what happens in real time. So we'll keep this database in real time, in read-only mode, and we'll take one final backup. So imagine this is read-only and one final backup what we took. Okay, so now the data is on 2022. So what I will do is, so I'll just run this query again. Okay, so I will come here and I will run the same query. This time I will say probably 11 to 20. So 10 is already there, so I have to start with 11. Okay, some 10 rows. I'm inserting 10 more rows onto this table. Fine. So what I will do is, I will delete one of the rows, delete from test 10, where S number equal to 8. Okay, and again what I will do is, I will update one row. So I will say update table name, set S name equal to some test 100 or 1000, where S number equal to 10. So before performing that update, so it is test 10, the value is test 10. So now I'm changing this to test 1000 for S number 10. So I'm running this, it got completed. Okay, so this is how it looks now. On the source, I got only 10 rows, but on the destination, I got 19 rows, as you can see. So I performed 10 new insert operations and one delete operation and one update operation. This is what I have done on my destination. So now, due to some issues, I have to come back from 2022 to 2019. So someone was asking me, so this is my 2022 version, the target. And if you see the compatibility level, I didn't change any compatibility level. It is with 2019. I didn't change compatibility level at all after restoring the backup. Okay, so now I will take a backup on this and I will try to restore it onto 2019 because I didn't change the compatibility level. People have these assumptions or myths where they think if you are not changing the compatibility level, we can restore the backup. So it's a common myth what they have. So I would like to debunk that myth. So I'll say backup database demo mig to disk equal to d:\temdb demo mig.bak. Okay, this can happen even with managed instance also. So treat 2022 and managed instance as the same targets. There will not be any change. Okay, so I took the backup. Fine, excellent. So come back. So I'll come here and I'll try to restore this backup because we think that since we have not changed compatibility level, it might work on my 2019. So let's try to copy this and see if that works. So copy, paste. Okay, I will remove the old backup what I have. So I will take this. I can replace it. What's there? Okay, the backup has been copied from 2022 to 2019. So I'll come here and I'll try to restore that and see if that works. So for the moment, I am restoring with different name. First, let's try to see with different name, because with same name also it won't allow, with different name also it won't allow. So I'm just going with different name. So device t colon this is my backup. So I just took this backup. If you see the details, so it is on SQL N1, which is my target, and this is my database. So start date is 1715 and end date is 1715. So I'm this is I think UK time zone or maybe GMT time zone. So we are ahead of us with 5.5 hours, right? So that is why it is showing 5:15. So absolutely fine. So I'm just removing this and I'm trying to restore with demo mig underscore test. So let's see if this gets restored or not. It got failed immediately. And what is the error what we are getting? Read this error carefully. So don't think that if you're not changed the compatibility level and if you try to perform a restore from higher version, it will work. No, that is absolutely a myth. It will never work.
Let me add a comment there. So I was saying target, so if it's 2019, you didn't change to compat 2022.
Yeah.
That means it's not upgraded. Basically, it's still working on 2019 technically, right?
Yeah.
So technically, why you want to come back? Because we are already on 2019 compat, right?
No. You are not getting the situation. So my question is, it's not 2019 or 2022. The question here is, what if I have to come back from higher version to lower version because of some XYZ reasons?
So yeah, what I'm saying is, if you have to come back from higher to lower, you can play with compatibility, right? Is what I'm saying.
Compatibility
you
will
don't
not
have
work.
to restart.
No, compatibility level will not work when you are trying to restore. That's what I'm trying to project here.
You don't have to come back. You are in 2022. You just change it to 2017, 20. That's what I'm saying.
No, it
right
won't
there.
work. That's what I'm
Still
saying.
Won't work.
It won't work. It won't work at all. Once you are on 2022, and if you, okay, for your sake, okay, I will do one more thing to make you better understand. Okay.
So why there is a options in those backward compatibility?
That is different story. That is not for coming back from higher versions to lower versions. That is not the story at all. When you are doing the restore, I'm talking about restore. Okay. So that is different and this is different. So even if you change the compatibility level to 2008, it will not work. I'll show you in front of you. So let's go to 2008. I'm going way back. Okay. Way back. And I'm taking one more backup for your understanding.
You stay there itself. I mean, what I'm saying is you don't have to come back, right? I mean, technically you're 2022, but you're running 2008 is what I'm saying.
No.
That's not the way it works.
That's not the way it works. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
That's
so
what you don't have to restore. I'm just saying like.
It won't work. Okay. So you have to understand.
Restore won't work anyway, higher to lower. But the point I was trying is when people has to roll back, at some point when they go to, let's say you are going from 2019 to 2022, technically things are not working in 2022. You change the compat to 2019. You stay in 2022, but you change the backward compat. And
okay, you want to stay
that's what
on
I was
2020.
trying.
Okay, you want to stay on 2022, but changing the compatibility level to 2019. No, that's not the story here. Okay, so because of some constraint, they wanted to come back to new server. Okay, not on the same server. Okay.
Yeah, then this will roll out. This will roll out. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, now I got you. So you are saying, why can't I stay with 2019 compatibility level on 2022? Okay, I got you. But this scenario is completely different where I can't stay on that server anymore. I have to come back. There is one thing called as, one second, what is that level? Along with compatibility level, there is something called as DB engine version. So where can I find that? Anyone knows how to find DB engine version, internal DB engine version? Some numbers will be there. I'll check that later. Anyways, now the picture is, so it is trying, I have to come back. So it's not allowing me to restore. So what should I do now? So as you can see, it's not allowing me to come back. On the new server, if I'm trying to restore, it is not allowing me to do that. What else can I do now? Very simple, right? Come, you can shoot your answers now. 1 second. Come on, you can talk. So what are the different options? Import, export, right?
Attach, detach.
Attach, detach
Yeah.
also will not work here. Okay.
Export.
Ex
Uh,
export the data and then
yeah. Then,
to get that data back.
And generate scripts.
Generate scripts. These are all the different options. And also replication. We can think about replication also. That also works. So let's do one thing. So I'll try to make backpack because it's just 10 rows, right? So backpack will work here. In usually if you take in real time, there might be terabytes of databases. So the answer might depends on the size of the databases, but here I'm just letting you know I'm going with backpack. So what is the option that I have to take? Backpack, right? So tasks. So it will be extract, export data type. Yeah.
If any additional features in 2022, if they did alterate schema level, new columns or any features which is enhanced in 2022, so that feature doesn't have in 2019. In this case, does it works?
No, it won't work. So that if you are using any feature that is there on 2022 with your database, and if you're coming back to 2019, there is very important command that you have to check before doing anything. Thanks for bringing this point. It's called as Q something. It's there, right? What is that? Sys, not sys, DM SKU versions. What is that? Something should be there. 1 second. First, anyone knows that command? DM SKU persistent. Yeah, this one. DMDB persisted SKU features. So if you have anything related to specific features, and if you're coming back from 2022 with this feature, it won't work on 2019 at all. Okay, so I can run this and let's see. I mean, we can inspect this. So you have to run this command. If there is any special feature that is there tied up with your database, first you have to run this to see if there are anything like that. And you have to check your 2019 if that feature is there on 2019 or not. If that is not there, then of course there are other ways, but what I am saying is you have to run this command at any cost before coming back from higher version to lower version. Higher version to lower version. And also this command is useful if you are making changes from edition to edition. If you are, for example, if you are moving from standard edition to enterprise edition, it works all the time. But if you're coming back vice versa from enterprise edition to standard edition, you have to run this command to see if there are any supporting features which are not there with standard edition. So this is very important. Coming back, I'm doing backpack, as you can see. So backpack means it is data and schema together. So it's just 10 rows. So it will happen very quickly. Let's see, at least backpack works. So I will say demo migration test backpack. Next, and before going next, we can select the schemas here if anyone wants to know. So backpack, if you have different schemas and you wanted to go with only particular schemas, you can check this advanced tab and you can just click on the required schemas. I don't have any schemas here, so I'm just going with defaults. Finish. So now it is extracting the data, schema and data together, and just it will take a couple of seconds. Okay, so if you can see, so it's trying to export the data of test 10. I just have 20 rows and I just went with DBO schema. Done. So we are happy and we have the backpack with us. So let's try to restore this backpack. Okay, so now how do you know what are the changes that happened on the target and what are the things that are there on the source? Right? So coming back to my question, I will show you on the source, how many rows do I have? I have 10 rows. Okay. Now on the destination, how many rows do I have? I think I have 19 rows if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 19 rows. So in real time, will you check the row count, or what will you do to check the comparison between the source and destination tables? What is your methodology?
Select count.
Okay, select count star. So you will, so imagine you have some number of tables, I mean some 40, 50, or maybe more than 100 tables, doesn't matter. So what will you do in such case? So we usually people have this tendency. What they will do is they will check the row count. Okay, so they will check the row count. So what is the row count? So here it is 19 rows. Okay, so on the source it is 10 rows. So how many rows are differing? 9 rows, right? 19 minus 10, 9 rows. So 9 rows are differing. So they will just bring back those missing rows, 9 rows, and they think we are done, right? That is what usually people, this is the kind of method what they follow. But that is not the case, guys. You have to understand very carefully here what I have done. What I have done here is, okay, so if I go here, inspect the data very carefully. For the 10th row, I modified the data. So now it is test 1000. So on the source also, I should have test 1000 instead of test 10. So how will I find out that? So yeah, someone said table diff. So that is one thing that I have to do. Okay, very important. Okay, so insert, updates, deletes, everything you have to, if you wanted to figure out, you have to use table diff, or you can use some third-party tools, or you can use your SSIS packages to test the missing rows or the unmatched rows, because in SSIS we can do this very easily. So for this moment, I'm showing you the table diff, and this is one of the tool that you can make use of. Okay, so we have 10 rows here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the names also test 1 and up to test 10. But on the destination, on the target, I changed it to test 1000, and also I deleted the 8th row. We don't have the 8th row. So this is how my data should be on the source also. Right now I'm on the target. Okay, so when I'm coming back to higher version to lower version, definitely this is the data what client would like to see, because he has done some changes and he wants the same changes to be there on my source also, not the changes what that is there with source, right? I mean, he should not be seeing this data. He should be seeing the updated or modified data. So this is the exact data what clients would like to see when we do the rollback action, right? So if you just go with count star, yes, count star will show you the differences between number of rows, but it will never tell you the modifications that were done. Like this, if I just point to this row got changed from test 10 to test 1000. So you have to get test 1000, not test 10. Okay, so that is very important. So this is where many people will go wrong, and they think they have done the migration properly, I mean rollback, but that is not the case. Okay, so how to run table diff? Anyone knows? For all the tables, there is one simple script that you can make use of. It is there on the internet, so you can just utilize this script. So it will just check for all the tables on the source and destination, and it will help us to find out the mismatches, or the, what can I say, extra rows or the mismatched rows, everything. So I will do this and I'll show you. Let's go to the file explorer. I think this one is the file. I think I saved the command. I just wanted to save some time. So that's the reason. So it will be there. It will be there with, this is the location of your table diff. Table diff will be located based on your versions. So for the moment, it is there with 140, but on your environments, it might change. So usually it will be between 110 to 160, and it will be inside the COM folder, COM folder. We have different folders, right? Let me show you. So what I'm saying is, if you go to the program files, Microsoft SQL Server, we have the versions from 80 to 160, everything, right? So it will be in one of these folders, table diff, and it will be inside COM folder, COM folder. Okay, so now let's open the table diff and see how it runs, and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so I'll say everything is fine. My source database is, what is my source database? First of all, I didn't create the destination destination database. So first let's create the destination database, because I don't have the connectivity from my laptop to this VM. Okay, I have to create point site to site or point to site to make this work. So first I will backpack this into one of the databases locally, and then I will show you table diff. Is this clear? Any questions till now?
Clear, Vamsi.
Vamshi, but how to do this in PaaS servers? Is it possible to do on PaaS servers?
PaaS servers,
Platform.
like your target is Azure SQL, and you would like to come back from Azure SQL to on-prem. Is that the case?
No, I'm just talking about this table diff, because we don't be having access to this PowerShell, right?
Yeah, table diff will work. See, why would like to come back from, I mean, so what is your source and what is your target? Usually our on-premises will be source, right?
Yeah.
It can be
Okay.
anything from 2012 to 2019 or 2022, doesn't matter. Your target will be PaaS, either MI or Azure SQL.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I said at the beginning. I said I would like to go with MI as the reference for PaaS, because I can take the backup and I can restore my backup onto MI. But
Okay.
Azure SQL, it won't allow the native backups. So there also have to extract the data. There are different ways. We don't want to talk about that. You move to Azure SQL and would like to come back from Azure SQL. If that is the case, you can come back using backpack. But if you wanted to check the differences, then yes, it will work. Yes, it will work provided your source is on-prem. If source is not on-prem, and if your source and destination both are related to PaaS environment, then table diff will not work.
Okay. Yeah, that's what my question was. Just to try that, my both the just I wanted to try on same server on different tables. I thought of trying that, but on PaaS server it doesn't work, right? So is there any other option to?
You can do it. You can see, even if it is PaaS, for example, if both the source and targets are related to PaaS, it will work. You just go to the server where you have connectivity to both the missions. I mean, source and the target, and you can run from there also. You can make use of that VM. Okay, that VM you can make use of, and you can run table diff there also. That is possible. You got my point, right? It's like a jump server.
Right.
Okay,
I have that jump server.
Yeah, that's what you should do. Okay,
I'll
first
try
do
that
the,
and I'll let you know.
yeah, sure. First do the backpack first, and I'll try to import and see what happens now. This is one more thing that you have to remember. As I said, it looks very simple, but in reality, you will get too many errors. Let's wait for it. So now I'm trying to import this backpack stuff. So this is my backpack, which I took did I copy the backpack? Let's see this. Yeah, let me copy this. I'm copying the backpack and expecting that to work. Okay, so let's come here and previous, next, backpack. So this is my backpack, 1055. So yeah, I'm picking this up and I'm trying to import. Okay, so I'm just restoring with different name. So I'll say adding just some _10 and saying next, finish. So it is trying to do this and it failed. Okay, so this is what happens if you are coming back from MI, or if you are coming back from 2022 or even 2019, doesn't matter. So your source will be the lower version and the target will be the higher version. If you are trying to do the backpack, it will not work. You will get this error. So what is error? What I'm getting? So this is what you will get. It is saying SQL 160 because my backpack is of 2022 version. So that is what you are seeing. If it is 2019, you will see 150. If it is managed instance, you will see something else. Okay, what should I do now? I'm trying to I'm trying to import the backpack file, hoping that it will work, but it's not working either. Restore is not working. I mean, .bak is not working. Backpack is also not working. So don't think that it will be very easy in real time. There will be a lot of complications. Like this is just a demo. For demo itself, we are getting these many errors. What should I do now? Anyone knows this? Okay, so someone said snapshot restore. No, because so snapshot, if you do this snapshot, okay, so that is imagine you are 20 instead of 2022, imagine that is manage instance. Okay, will the snapshot work over there? DMA, database migration, no use at all. Database migration assistance is of no use. Okay, so this this looks tricky. So what needs to be done? Can we modify the version within the backpack file? Exactly. So what Naveen is saying is it possible to modify the backpack version when you are extracting the data? Yes, there is an option. So if you go here, let me minimize this. So if you are doing the backpack and if you're getting this error, and if you go to the internet and if you search with this message, there is one thing what everyone is suggesting. So they're asking us to go to make use of Visual Studio. Okay, so he has to go to the Visual Studio and he has to go to the project settings and he has to change the version. So since I am coming from 2022 to 2019, here I have to choose the target platform as 2019 and then I have to extract the backpack. That is what I should do. I repeat, you have to make use of Visual Studio and then you have to choose 20, the source as your target platform. Okay, and then you have to extract the backpack. Then only it will work. Otherwise, you will get this error. So do you think Visual Studio will be there on your servers and you can make use of that? Are we familiar with Visual Studio? Not the case, right? We are not that much familiar. Of course, there are few people who works with Visual Studio and all, but usually if I take the DBA in general, we are not comfortable or we didn't explore much with Visual Studio. So what is my next option? So why can't I try with CUI, means commands, instead of GUI? Here I made use of GUI, right? So I came here and I said import data tier and backpack failed. So this is GUI. So what I have to do to overcome this error? I'll show you if this happens. For example, if you are migrating the data from managed instance to on-prem, if you're coming back from managed instance to on-prem or from 2022 to on-prem, what you have to do is you have to install one DAC, one software, one MSI file. So I'll show you what is that MSI file. Just a second. So what you have to do is not this one, not this one. So go here. Okay. So there is one framework that you have to install. So that is called as data tier application framework. So you have to install the latest framework. It is downloadable from online from internet. You can download that. And once you install that, you will get this folder. So I'll show you what I got. So what I did in my case is when I installed that software MSI file, I got this folder. It got created at 3:45 today. Check this. All others are with 2019 and 2023, 2020, whatever it is. So this one, 160, if you see, it got created at 3:44 with today's timestamp. Means I installed that software. Once I install that software, it will create some folders and files. So here I have SQL package.exe. Okay, so this is the one internally your backpack and DACpack is making use of. Okay, the GUI what you are seeing can be done with GUI, and this is the file. This is the application that it is using internally behind the scenes. Got my point? Any questions? So I can make use of this one to perform my backpack. So I'll show you. So what I have to do is go to your command prompt. Okay, so just go to 160 instead of okay, CD 160 and then go to DAC and go to bin. So here we have SQL package.exe. So make that ready, and then you have to run this command. 1 second. So this is the command that you have to run. SQL package.exe, import. This is the source file. This is the target server name, and this is the target database name. This is what you should do. Very simple. Just a single command. If you get any errors when you are doing the backpack, when you're importing the backpack file, make use of SQL package.exe. That is what I am saying. So here what I have to do is this my file d:\app. What is the file name? d:\app. Let me check with date modified. So demo mig underscore test dot backpack. Demo mig underscore test. Okay, and then target is this one only, and target database name, I will create one new database name. I'll try to import into that. So demo mig target. So this will be my destination database. Okay, and run this command. So just run this command and see if my backpack works at least now. Hope it should work. If not, we can check that. It says target database name has invalid value. 1 second. Let's move this. Okay, so I have to add one thing. Let's check I took the screenshot just to be on a safer side, because even I have not worked on this. Okay, there is a gap here. And then everything looks fine. Let's run this. There you go. So now it is performing the backpack. It is importing the backpack file. So see this message from Microsoft. They are saying a project which specifies SQL Server 2022 or manage instance as the target platform may experience compatibility issues with 2019. So they themselves are saying you might get some issues. Okay, so we have done this. So let's hope and see if we are getting the rows back onto this table. So let's check this. Select star from test 10. We got the data, exact data what we have on 2022. See this test 1019 rows. So my row count is 19. So it's now matching. So now I have to find out the differences between source and destination. So for that, what I have to do, I have to run table diff, or you can use SSIS also. But here I'm showing table diff. So what is the command for table diff? So so my source database is source is this one, demo mig target. Demo mig target.
And we can use except command, select star from. I was just checking
Of
on
course.
my server.
Of course.
But,
So source
and
table.
yes, situation is I have images in one of the columns, so it's not allowing me. It's not working for me.
Oh, images. Okay, images data type. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, at least I'm showing something that will be useful in real time. May not be useful for all, but yeah, just passing an idea. So demo mig, I think this is the one. So demo mig is my demo mig, and the table name is test 10. Yeah, so you have to pass source server, source user user account, password, database, source table, destination user, destination password, database, destination table. So if you have n number of tables, then what you have to do, you have to make use of this script. This script will loop through all the tables and it will figure out the differences between them. So let's run this and see what will be the output. So come back here, and now I have to go back to 140. CD 140, CD com, table diff. It's ready. So now I'm just running this. So if you understand the command and if you understand the output, it will be very simple. So what it is saying is the target and the source have 12 differences. Okay. So on the destination means we have only 8 rows. Okay. Mismatch, we have 10. And on the source, I have only these rows. Okay. Let me debug this slowly. Okay. Source, which is nothing but 2022. On the 2022 machine, I inserted 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 up to 20. So this is on 2022. Okay. There is one mismatch. What is that mismatch? The mismatch is happening with row number 10 because I updated row number 10 on 2022 from test 10 to test 1000. Test 1000 as you can see. So that is what it is saying. It is saying that there is one mismatch with respect to row number 10. So mismatch is happening at row number 10. And on the destination, which is my 2019, so I have only 8 rows. So what it is saying? It is saying I have only 8 rows. So this is how I can figure out the differences between the source and the target if you are rolling it back from higher version to lower version. This is one of the approaches, but as I said, there are many. I'm using this one. You can make use of SSIS if you are comfortable with developing SSIS packages. Okay, now I know where the problem is. So one update happened here. Mismatch means some update happened. So that is why it is showing up here with the row number 10. And these are there only on the source. It is missing on the destination. So I have to add these rows and I have to update this row also. So my suggestion is usually you better drop the data on the target. Okay, you better drop the data on the target and then disable the indexes and then first pump the data from your backpack. Okay, from your backpack means what I'm saying is we have the backpack file, right? So before doing that import of backpack, so you better drop that data first and then disable the indexes and pump the data and then re-enable the indexes. So that is what you should do. So this is a small demo, but I hope it is a useful demo. So I've just shown you what are the different errors that you will get when you are coming back from higher version to lower version. Any questions?
You have deleted one row in higher version, right?
Yeah, I deleted one row. So that is what it is showing. So if you see here, see this one destination only. Sorry, source only. These are the rows. I mean, 2022, I have these rows 11, 12 up to 20. That is fine. I have a mismatch with row number 10 and I deleted the row number 8. Row number 8. So it is showing that destination on the destination only. I have row number 8. Did you get my point? See, this is what it is showing 2019 and 2019. If I run this, it is showing me 8th row, right? So yes, that is what it is showing on the destination means I have given the destination as 2019. So on 2019, I am having this 8th row. Okay. And there is a mismatch with the 10th row. And on the source, which is 2022, I have these many rows. If you flip this, what I mean to say is, let's do one thing. Let's flip this if you are getting confused. So I'm saying source database as demo mig and destination database as demo mig target. So let's do this. Then you might feel little comfortable because I thought this is the right way, but you have different ideas. So let's go there. Demo mig will be my source. So now if you see on the source, I have only 8th row. Okay, on the destination means 2022, I have these rows. Clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what you should do. I mean, to find out the differences, don't ever go with only row count. Row count, it's okay, but in real time, you will have delete operations, you will have update operations. It's not just insert rows. Okay, so you have to be careful and you have to figure out the changes. So if you wanted to do that, one such utility is Table Diff. Clear? Any questions?
Is it possible to restore from 2012 to 2008?
No, any
No,
version,
yeah.
any version if you take, it won't work. From higher to lower, it will never work.
Okay, if you follow same steps on from 2012 to 2008.
It will work. Same thing,
Okay,
like you have to do the backpack, and if you get any errors, you have to install that MSI file. What I can show you is it is here, DAC framework. Let me show you that thing also. Just give me a second. Should be somewhere. Yeah, this one. Not this one. It will be down. So I can share you that link from where I got that software.
Okay.
Visual Studio. 1 second. Download and yeah, this one. Download and install SSAS SQL package. So you have to install the SQL package. So if you see here, it is clearly showing me MSI file. So just install this MSI file. This is what I downloaded. Nothing great. Even this works for Linux also. SQL package is very important tool. And if you are doing this backpacks across multiple servers, you have to make use of SQL package. You have to be comfortable with SQL package.exe. You have to make use of that. So give it a try. Maybe once you're free, you can give it a try on SQL package.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm winding off. If you have any questions, you can ping me on WhatsApp. If not, I will catch you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Vamsi.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, Vamsi.
Bye bye.